Hi, my name is Shanze, and I'll be talking to you about the impact of climate change on abalone. So, climate change is a global issue. It impacts species and ecosystems across the globe. And in California, we see the effect of climate change on various abalone species and populations. And there has been a drastic decrease in abalone populations in California, which is primarily due to the increase in overfishing and exploitation and climate change. And so, to better understand these factors and to understand how we can conserve abalone, I will be researching the impact of climate change on abalone in California. So my internship at NOAA Fisheries was on the status. I worked on assessing the status of pink abalone and green abalone, and I also conducted interviews and literature reviews to analyze the effect of different climate change factors and how they affected abalone. So to get a better understanding of these factors, you can look at Figure 1. Um, so I looked at how the increase in temperature impacted food supply and food supply and food quality, as the decrease in kelp forests, which abalone rely on for food, occurred alongside the increase in invasive species such as urchin barrens and sargassum. There was also an increase in susceptibility to diseases, and there's also been an increase in hypoxia, which is the increased frequency and duration of low dissolved oxygen level events. And there's also been an increase in ocean acidification, where the pH of the ocean is lower or the acidity is higher. So based on this, I found that there's an increase in disease and mortality in abalone, as increase in temperatures has led to immune systems being compromised, as abalone have to divert energy from their immune system to maintaining their physiology and their basal metabolic rate. Higher temperatures also promote the growth of pathogens and increase susceptibility to diseases such as withering syndrome, which is fatal for abalone. There's also been a decrease in growth and reproduction. For example, the loss of habitat, food, and kelp forests has reduced the food supply, which in turn decreases the number of abalone's egg and sperm counts, and decreases gonad condition, which is the reproductive glands of abalone. And so along with this, increased temperatures have also led to decreased sperm count in abalone. However, it has less of an effect on female egg counts. And so we see that the change in the environment has impacted reproductivity of abalone and reduced it. These changes have also led to abalone shell sizes reducing. So we see these various factors and how they impact abalone. However, it does vary across different factors. So abalone species do see different reactions and impacts from climate change. So red abalone are a lot more vulnerable to temperature change compared to green abalone, which can thrive in higher temperatures. And the age of an abalone also impacts their susceptibility. So larvae or juvenile abalone are more vulnerable to environmental conditions changing compared to adult abalone. So based on this, we have a better understanding of how climate change impacts abalone. And in order to conserve abalone, we often have to look at preventative issues and dealing with climate change as a whole. So education on climate change and its impact on biodiversity will create more awareness and encourage conservation efforts. Along with this, researching and monitoring abalone helps track their status and condition, and helps make educated decisions on how to help and conserve abalone. Along with this, there are also population restoration efforts being done for abalone, such as habitat mapping, where habitats and ecosystems are surveyed and wildlife and habitats are identified. And this can also be used for for identifying marine microclimates, which are ideal habitats for abalone to thrive in. So abalone can be raised in these microclimates where environmental conditions are better than in other areas. There are also captive breeding efforts that allow for abalone to be raised in controlled environments, and so their populations can increase. Thank you.